place for the right stories or predicaments.
Yeah.
Thanks, Michael. Next, we have Joey G from Wrestling Headlines.
Joey G.
Hi, Cassie, Gail. So nice to meet you all. Thank you for having me. I just wanted to know, since it's kind of been a topic throughout this press call, and I hope it's not a silly question, but what made you two land on the IInspiration as your new name, and were there any other names that you had considered before getting ready to jump back into the wrestling circuit?
Well, there are many names thrown around. Some of them good, some of them horrible. But it was about bouncing stuff off the wall and seeing what sticks. But Cassie, I will give props to her. She came up with the IInspiration from Bring It On, classic film that we've all seen a million times. They call themselves Inspiration Leaders. And she loved that and told me about it. And I was like, that's amazing. And it stuck. It felt like us. And it's so crazy. Now we say the word inspire 100 times a day. And I never knew that. So, of course, now we're saying the word all the time. So it definitely fits for us.
Well, I truly can't wait to see what IInspiration does on Saturday. I think it's a great name, and I think all three of you are great, and thank you so much for having me.
Thanks.
Sorry.
Bless your heart.
We're going to go back to the UK, and we're going to go with Kevin from Nerdly. Hey, Kevin.
Hello.
Hi, Kevin.
Hi.
How are we doing? Yeah, first of all, cannot wait to see you guys take these belts on Saturday. It's a given. It's a given. It's going to happen, and we know it's going to happen.
Yeah, I like it. It's going to happen. When you manifest these.
One of the things that is like a common thing recently is that a lot of the brands now are crossing over and everything like that, the Forbidden Door and everything. But I wanted to find out who the IInspiration, not just right now, would love to take on as a tag team past, from yesteryear. Could be Impact, could be anywhere. What tag team would the IInspiration go up against?
There's so many.
There is a lot.
We get asked this question a lot, and I feel like I want to add, I keep adding teams to the list. Because there's so many good women's tag teams that I would love to, we just mentioned the Beautiful People. What a bloody dream match that would be.
Yeah.
There's so many tag teams across all brands in the Forbidden Door that are just incredible, and I would love to get in the ring with. But I do have to say that the one that I'm excited about is Decay. That's where my head's at right now. That's what I'm focused on. Incredible tag team, and Cass and I want to prove to the world that we belong in this knockouts division. So that I'm on Decay right now.
If there's a way we can really make our mark coming into Impact, it's by beating Decay, and on our debut is winning the Impact Women's Tag Titles, and that is going to make a huge statement when I manifest this into the world. So yeah, like Jess said, that's where all our focus is, and that is our goal right now. That's our goal.
It's a hell of a debut match, and I think that it's going to be a perfect sort of two sides of the coin, and I think you're going to win. It's all good. You're going to win.
I love the positivity. Thank you.
I really think it's going to be a good, challenging matchup because you guys are so bonded, and Havok and Rosemary have both probably, I think, the two longest lasting, along with Madison, in the knockouts division. So they have great chemistry too.
Yeah, they've got the home field advantage.
Yes.
As we come in,
That's true. Yep.
I'm sure you guys are going to bring your following on Saturday. Definitely. Next, we have Dean from Body Slams and Dropkicks podcast. Hey, Dean.
Good evening, ladies. Are we well?
How are ya?
How you going, mate?
Not too bad. Just a question, ladies. Obviously, I hope you do win the Knockouts Tag Team titles this Saturday back on Glory. But when you eventually are champions, would you welcome a challenge from anybody in, say, NWA, AEW, Ring of Honor?
Absolutely. Bring them all on.
Yep. Come to Impact. We'll challenge anyone. I mean, but that's what being a champion means. You've got to be able to defend your championship, and you've got to be able to continually prove that you deserve to be a champion. And that's what Decay has been doing. So, like I said, we've got a tall order on Saturday, come Saturday at Bound for Glory. A lot of pressure, sold out show, but we're ready. And once we win, we will defend.
Damn right, we'll defend.
Is there any tag teams that you would like to face first off in your first defence?
Oh,
Gosh.
I mean, we've got to wait and see who earns that. Like, who's going to earn the opportunity to face, the brand spanking new women's tag team champions in Impact, or if it's Impact. We've got to see who earns that. I'm not, we'll see.
One step at a time,
Yeah, slow your roll.
Would you like Gail to be the special guest referee?
Can we make that happen? Gail, come on.
Gail.
I'm a terrible referee.
Mate, I'll slip you a 20 before.
I will say though, a lot of people bring up the forbidden door, and this, a lot of people have brought it up with our current Knockouts champion, Deanna. And I always say, we have such a deep roster. I always like to see us work within our roster first. And then if you beat all of them, then you go through that forbidden door.
Absolutely, yeah.
That's
okay.
logical.
Yes, exactly. After, thank you, Dean. Next we have George from, what do you call it?
Georgie.
How's it going? Right, everyone's here, you alright? How's it going? Hope everyone's doing well. Thank you for inviting me into this. I would like to know, because everyone's talking about the wrestling, but I want to know, because I know some of us do podcasting as well, and I know you both started your own podcast this year, Off Her Chops, very good stuff. What was your inspiration, no pun intended, behind starting the podcast? And I'd like to know, what have you got planned for Series 2? And now that you're going to be wrestling on a more regular basis, do you intend to keep the podcast going?
Yes.
That's our baby. That is, something we, mixed. We added a little bit of flavour here and there, and we created Off Her Chops right from the very beginning. that is something we're so proud of. And yes, we are in a season 1 break right now, but we are coming back October 28th. And season 2 is going to be huge because we just signed a podcasting deal with a podcasting company. And we're actually planning to take the podcast on the road. So even though we're going to be really busy with wrestling, with Impact, we're going to take all of our equipment. We're going to check our luggage into the Delta check-in counter, and we're going to take it with us, and we're going to interview who we can.
Awesome. Hopefully you come to the UK. That'll be great to see. But for now, I'm looking forward to Saturday. And everyone, have a good afternoon. Well, afternoon, morning. Cheerio.
George.
Love it.
Sound of this podcast on the road. I think that's what fans like to see, is you guys on the road, behind the scenes, and
exactly.
Like not maybe inside the ring, but also outside the ring.
Yeah.
And Impact is so they embrace everyone doing lots of outside of projects, so that's.
And we are very appreciative.
Yes. Okay, now we have Dom from Soundsphere.
Hi, Dom.
Hi, Dom.
Hi, guys. How you doing?
How are you?
How are you?
Yeah, mate, there you are.
It's lovely to see you guys. Thank you so much for having me. Appreciate it. Gail, it's good to be here with you as well. Just wanted to ask you guys, obviously you've been through so many ups and downs in wrestling. I wanted to ask, what have you learned about yourselves? How have you changed and developed from the very beginnings of your career right up until this time, now that you're with Impact Wrestling?
You're asking a good question right now. Gosh, I've learned so much, and I know Cass has learned so much. The 2 biggest things that I have learned over the years is to stand up for yourself and to have thick skin. They are the 2 biggest things that I would want somebody else to learn very quickly. Luckily, I have been blessed to have Cassie by my side, so having a support system is, if you can have that just one person that you can rely on and they have your back, it makes all the difference. But wrestling as a business, there's always going to be ups and downs, and that's just life. It's just learning how to ride the wave, which is something that somebody close to us told us early on in our careers. You just got to keep riding the wave because there's always something new happening, and it's kind of like this Ferris wheel. It just keeps on turning and turning and turning.
I agree with all of that. And that's something that I had to learn. And that was really hard to learn, actually. Because when Jess and I came into the industry, did we have thick skin? No, it was very thin. And I feel like you really don't learn that until you get in the field and you're working and you're practicing. But I'm so glad that's something we've been able to support each other through. And like you said, grow. It's all about growth.
Fantastic. Fantastic. Awesome. I'm glad we got the word inspiration in there as well.
Yes.